The things that are most striking to me about Roseanne are her honesty and her humor and her ability to come up with spontaneously some outrageous and funny and sometimes, well, outrageous statements. Because she's been a rather steady contributor and attendee at the Brain Exchange, I've gotten to be with her in a group of women. And because we've had some family parties, both here and at Rose and Richard's house, I've gotten to see her connecting with our family. And I know that one of the things that stands out for me about Roseanne and that I identify with is that her love of family is like mine. It is absolutely there. Her generosity is another thing that strikes me. Many ways in which I'm sure she and Richard are generous that I don't even know about, but the little pieces of it that I do know, and her thoughtfulness and the ways in which she thinks about family are things that really resonate with me. She initiated the visit to Sonia and Joey to see the babies. It's refreshing to work on a project with Roseanne because she has very clear boundaries. She's very open and frank about what works for her and what doesn't.
Well, it's hard to answer the question of why do I love my mother, because there are so many reasons. But I love my mother because she has a very adventuresome spirit and always takes us on good adventures. And she has taught us to climb fences and not have boundaries. And I love my mother because she takes care of everybody in the family, and she sends us all letters, and she's also a peacemaker and communication go-between, and she's always made a very nice home, and it's always been nice to have people over because it's always been a nice place to be, and she has been a good parenting role model. So I love my mother for lots of reasons, but those are just a few.
I love Nana because she rubs my head, draws with me, helps me heal owies, and goes hot tubbing with me, and buys me cool stuff, and buys me bones, and writes me letters, and draws pictures with me.
I love my mom because she has, is, and always will be there for me. I could call her from a prison cell in Uganda at 3 a.m. and she'd be at my side 19 hours after I hung up the phone. She is dependable, reliable, and steadfast. I love my mom because she's a jack of all trades. She's a conservative but open-minded, small but strong, kind but fierce, confident but humble, idealistic but practical. She's tolerant and forgiving, but doesn't take shit from anybody. I love my mom because she taught me to give back, to always write thank you cards. She taught me to draw, and that it's okay to invent my own foods and drinks. My mom taught me to push life's boundaries and not to accept no for an answer. She's taught me it's okay to express my feelings, but sometimes you just need to suck it up. She's taught me to try new things and shoot for unrealistic goals. I love my mom because of her adventurous spirit. I love my mom because she jumped out of an airplane. She jumped out of an airplane not because she wanted to, but because she knew it'd make me happy. And lastly, I love my mom because she's a beautiful person.
I love Roseanne for many, many reasons. Roseanne, when I think about your attributes, you have so many attributes. The thing that I value the most is your sense of integrity. You're a woman of tremendous generosity of spirit, and you always want to do the right thing, and you want the right thing done to others, and that's a lovely quality. It's such a pleasure and an honor, a pleasure to honor you on Mother's Day, and it's it's a lovely thing that Ben is doing. This is going to be a lovely legacy for your family, and you and all of your generosity of spirit is a lovely legacy. Roseanne, I always enjoy our times together. I know that we're going to have a good time when we go out, and we always do. And I treasure the memories of so many big and little simchas and pleasures, and I look forward to many more happy, healthy Mother's Day with you. Cheers.
What do I love about my mom? Well, there's so many things, and there are things that, certain things you love about your mother that everyone loves about their mother, but these are specific things that are unique to Roseanne Packard. The first one is that everyone will say, and I agree, the woman is scrappy. She packs a wallop. When it comes to situations that a lot of people would fear away from, little Rosie Packard just puts on her little, metaphorical boxing gloves and just throws herself in there, and she doesn't think. She just goes into that burning building, and she will say things and do things that most people would be too afraid to do, but with sort of fairness and the right thing on her side, she just gets in there. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to watch, but at the end everyone's like, I'm glad Roseanne Packard did that. And everyone comes up to me all the time and said, your mother gave me some wisdom. I didn't ask for it, but she gave me some wisdom that really helped me and pushed me in a new direction, and it was wisdom that other people didn't tell me. And so I really respect the fact that she gets in there, and sometimes you don't want to hear it, but it's best to hear it, and I respect the courage and the fact that she does it not to insult or it's not about her or her ego. She really sees people hurting, and she wants to make the world a better place, and she gets in there and she makes the world a better place. And for a mother to do that, it's a fantastic quality. Also, she, like my dad, they are rock solid. When you're growing up, you don't appreciate it because they're nagging you and you just focus on the negative. But growing up, Mom and Dad were just like air. They were this thing that you lived off of, but that you didn't even have to worry that it was going to be there or not. If they said they were going to do something, they would do it. If they said they were going to be there, they were going to do it. Everything that meant to be a parent and deliver, they delivered without ever asking for any praise in return or making it be known. It was guilt-free all the time. There was a rock-solid foundation for all of us kids to grow up on, and we didn't appreciate it at the time. But when you look and you see other kids and how their parents sort of abandon them in certain ways, you really begin to appreciate it. And so I appreciate all the dedication and the hours and the energy it takes to just be there rock solid for your kids all the time. Also, what it is about Mother, well, she once told me that she wasn't great at anything, but that she was pretty good at a couple things. And at the time, I remember thinking, well, don't you want to be great at something? I mean, isn't that kind of... And now I realized what a wonderful value that is, especially for a mother. If you want to be a CEO or you want to conquer Everest, maybe you want to be the best at it. But to be a mother, to be good at a lot of things, is so important. You get a lot of these mothers that excel in one area and they just drop the ball in the other, scarring the kid forever. And Mother she's a Swiss Army mother. She does a lot of things very well, and again, it creates that foundation, that solidness that I so very much appreciate. So, Mother, being good at a lot of things, I fully support you at that. And another thing that I love about my mother is we've had many conversations where she's told me about the things that she didn't like about her childhood that she got from her dad or from her mom. And I remember her really taking energy to make sure that she didn't pass on the crap and only passed on the good stuff from her parents. So many parents just pass on their crap to their kids, and Mom has made a lot of effort and put a lot of energy towards making sure that she's a better version of her parents, and I feel I've benefited from that, and I'm going to be a better version of myself. I don't know if that's possible, but I just want to say thanks to Mother and Father for putting in so much energy and really making a conscientious effort to be fantastic parents that have created such a wonderful environment that has created 3 wonderful children. And we thank you and we salute you. This is Daniel Packard, middle child, signing off.
I love Roseanne because she's the kindest person I know. She's also the most thoughtful person I know. She works very hard for other people, whether helping an acquaintance through cancer or pitching in with other people's parties. She always pitches in and does the best she can. I love Roseanne because she's completely reliable. You can always depend on her. If she says she's going to do something, she will do it, and she will do it to the best of her ability. I love Roseanne because she's willing to travel in an adventuresome manner. No resorts or fancy restaurants for her. I also love her because she keeps our home very neat and clean. She kept our children neat and clean all the time they were growing up. I also love her because she keeps herself well dressed and clean. She's never sloppy. She's what she would say, put together. I love and respect Roseanne because she has great moral and ethical courage to do or say the right thing, in spite of it attracting criticism and derision. I love Roseanne because she's a good dancer. I love her because she's a very good helper on projects like painting and cleaning my sailboats. I love Roseanne because she would throw herself in front of a speeding train if it could save someone. She once almost drowned saving a puppy on thin ice. That's Roseanne. I also love Roseanne because she has great insight into people and their motives. She sees things that I miss. I love her because she takes care of the children and me when we are sick. It's one thing to have a wife who's a nurse, but Rose goes beyond that. I love Roseanne because she takes her responsibilities seriously and never shirks. I love Roseanne because she serves me tea in bed every morning to start my day. I don't know anybody else that gets that kind of a gift to start the day. I love Roseanne because she sets a beautiful table. Whenever people come for dinner or the children are home for Shabbat, there's a table that could come right out of the pages of Sunset magazine. I love Rosie because she smells good. I love Rose because she keeps her hair long and brown. I love Roseanne because she gives me haircuts and shots when I need them. I love Roseanne because she packs me a lunch for work. I love Roseanne especially because she made my parents feel welcome in our home and helped very much in their own old age. And finally, I love Roseanne because she loves me and thinks I'm sexy. Happy Mother's Day, Roseanne.